everyone, welcome to the stream. Alright guys, what's up? I'm so terrified and I don't know what I'm getting into. Please hold my hand, chat. I heard it's a cool game. I don't know how scary it actually is. Haha. Haha. I do think it's nice that they offer a full list of content warnings. Actually, out of curiosity, I'm gonna check out, like, how, in-depth it goes. Ooh. Quite in-depth. Ooh. You'll be fine, Hitomi. Will I? Will I though? I'm worried I'm just gonna vomit or something. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, hi everyone, hi Ozzy, hi Hixie, hi Gobza, welcome to the stream. Hi guys, what's up? Yeah, this is my first time ever playing a horror game, that isn't like silly multiplayer horror games like Lethal Company or Content Warning are, right? And even with those, like, Lethal Company isn't that bad. Content Warning was making me genuinely, like, making me go crazy sometimes. Content warning can actually get kind of scary. Especially when it's like you're playing for the first time and you're not familiar with all of the monsters and everything. It has a very creepy vibe. Hi Josephina, welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Anyway, we're figuring it out. If this ends up being too much for me, we'll swap to TFT. I don't fucking know. But for now, let's get into it. Maybe? Obviously, for everyone, I also put like a violent graphic depictions tag on the stream. But once again, it's a horror game, not intended for all audiences. Content warnings, fucking everything you can think of. It does get very visually graphic. I don't think it has like standard like jump scares or stuff like that. It's more like psychological horror and very like, you know, limbs being cut off, kind of gory content. Slate of Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. I will be playing with those on, because I don't really have an issue with that, usually. If the parallax fucks me up, I'll turn it off later, but I'm playing it with it on, so just for you guys to know. I'm trying to keep everyone safe. Yeah. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. May it be a love story then. Accessibility. Oh. Nice. I like that it also like instantly throws you like more readable colors. Preferences. I did go ahead earlier and just adjust the music, but other than that, it doesn't have a lot of options. Let's find out what I'm getting into. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
So cool.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
That's so cool. What the hell? I didn't know that it does that. I thought it was going to be static images.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, I already have options? If I click turn around and leave, am I gonna instantly die?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even
Thank
know
you,
where you're
narrator.
going?
Do I need to know where I'm going? The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Oh, so... Wait, is this me? I assume it just happens that they have it voiced by the same person.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient.
How convenient.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
I like this little effect that everything moves. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again.
Would you look at that?
I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I was like clicking and I wasn't doing anything because I had to like click twice whenever I tab out, I guess. I don't know, I was confused what happens. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again? In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived.
By the way, this
as
game
well as
has
for
almost
everyone who
100
ever will.
achievements.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
The cabin.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh, okay. Game over? Oh! How did I get to chapter 2?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a
No
captive
fucking
audience.
way, there's another game where I just have voices in my head. Why do I only play games that put voices into my head?
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his
Just like
day.
real life, huh? Yeah, I was hoping to like not have that happen. At least while I play games on stream, but I guess that's life.
If by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Schizo games attract schizo gamers. Man. Oh, so hi, welcome to the stream, Metro Dude. How are you doing?
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task
Did you see a
ahead.
cursor, by the way? It's like a little, like, weird as hand. Those wolves weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Hi, Mai. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
I like that there's just walls, so I have to go to the cabin. Auto. It's like save history on everything. Okay, this is save.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
This is really freaky.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Free acid trip cabin. Hell yeah.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place?
So freaky.
We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh ho ho ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Can't wait to find out.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow.
Just
it
accept
really
it.
isn't hard.
It really isn't hard.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Oh.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Ooh. Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I gotta go to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Wait, so the cursor, that's my hand? That's how my hand looks like?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see. You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Because in this moment, the most important thing is to look cooler.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Let's hold it the cooler way.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
Oh, wait! The cursor! I didn't notice that the cursor was, like, showing how I'm holding the blade. Wait, how did it look earlier? I'm, like, going back to my VOD. I didn't notice it. I wasn't paying attention. A lad needs a nail trimming, what the hell, right? Oh yeah, there was like, the cursor shows how you're holding the blade. I didn't notice that. That's cool. Hi Cheryl, welcome to the stream. How's your day going?
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Oh, I can just throw it out? Next time. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Thank you so much for following Live First. Welcome to the galaxy. Hope you enjoy it here. How's your day going?
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Let's take the center staircase.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Oh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Huh?
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish.
Oh, that's so cool
Until
though.
the only
That
things
it's just getting
experienced
like
are the endless repeating
it's just becoming a
patterns
simpler
and emotions
drawing.
of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism
What
and
is
blind
that?
devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Huh? Somehow that was the most terrifying.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems... normal.
She seems normal. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Is this a quiz? You're the one who came down here, and with a sharp, sharp knife, too. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
We can do that?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late.
Unthink them.
You have a job to do here and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Voice of the Contrarian is my favorite inner voice. It's even more chaotic than Disco Elysium's electrochemistry. I love that. Let's find out if I can get more of her. Wait, why is this free options at once? Why is this free options at once? What? I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Slay the princess. But it's all one option.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
That was my first jump scare of the night.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. All at once you charge forward, knife gleaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
Oh, now... I don't know if you guys can really see it because it's very subtle, but now the cursor actually has, like, blood on the knife. It's a very small, nice detail. And also, this looks so derpy. I can't take it seriously.
But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Oh.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Ugh.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How are surprisingly sincere.
I can fix her. Shut up.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Oh, I get to actually chugs wine. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. Oh! But you don't know if she had the chance to hear a reply. She's gone. Replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I got an achievement, the illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No, don't do that.
Narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. You're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
So are all like the... No, I think I had more explore options. So does it just mean that like explore doesn't continue the story? What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Right, explore usually means you get more information without advancing the story. Okay, thank you. Oh! Thank you so much for the raid, Euphonia! Thank you, how was your stream? Welcome raiders, I'm Hitomi Hoshino. I'm a chaotic purple VTuber who's playing a very interesting game today. Many content warnings, all of them actually. So if you don't like gory, creepy stuff, maybe not the stream for you. But if you want to see some creepy ass, weird ass shit, stream for you. Just being, direct, so I just did a scuff karaoke. Nice! What kind of songs did you sing? God, where's my drink? Oh. I hope you had a great time. Oh. If I open a lemonade and it was a non-carbonated lemonade, but when I open it, gas comes out, does that mean it's gone bad? I say as I drink him. Whatever the YouTube is recommending, you're so valid. I do that so often on karaoke streams because I like singing a lot, but I don't know, I'm never properly prepared. I'm glad that I'm glad that someone else does the same thing. Ow! I stretched and hit my foot on my chair. Why? Anyway, let's continue. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Oh wow, I'm getting objectified. She called me a thing. Have fun, Hitomi. Thank you! And thank you again for the raid.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Oh, and what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box
That
for
sounds so
safekeeping?
beautifully poetic.
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to
I really
mine.
like her voice. It's so calming. The game crashed. Was that... Oh, was that intentional? What? Wait, I think that was intentional. That's crazy. I think, no, because I googled it. I'm pretty sure that it was because I decided to wait forever.
Return to me.
Oh!
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
See? What the fuck? That's fucking crazy. I didn't expect that it would, like... That when I launched the game back up, it would put me right back in here. That's so cool, but so crazy! Thank you so much for the resub, Frost Mines. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. And hi, welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh! Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I got a few achievements. I never left your side, attempt to outweigh your destiny, bring the stranger to her, and the real Slay the Princess starts here. You'll know it when you see it. What do you mean the real Slay the Princess starts here? The fuck have I been doing for the past hour, Ben?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. That's cool. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Well, maybe I don't want to kill anyone.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Thank you. Can someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Did I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job? Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job killing the princess? Did I do a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
I like that. I like that.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Oh, what did I do? I think I right-clicked, and that's what happened. Forget it, I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Right? Right? Me? Never. Look, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, now I don't get to swap the way I'm holding it? I don't get to be cool?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
She just said, who's there? And we already are saying, she sounds dangerous.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Witty! That's all you have to ask in regards of all of this?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'll drop it. What's the worst that can happen? I die?
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Unarmed.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Oh, a relationship? She wants me so bad. Hello? A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world.
Yeah.
I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Killing the world with cuteness! I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world.
Slay?
But they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She is She is manipulative. That was really well said.
She has a point. There's
See?
a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Here's the stepping you were hoping for, Weddy. I hope you enjoy.
We can still turn this around.
Can you imagine asking someone to step on you, and then when they do, you're just like, yippee! Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
I should maybe move that fishing to like the upper corner for this stream, just so it doesn't cover the text.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
I've been moved to a new pond. Maybe now you can fish up other stuff.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Adversary.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh.
And at the end of that path
There's no skip
is a
now.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
And winning.
That's the spirit.
Oh,
There's no
is the
point in
voice of the
squabbling when
stubborn
the real
you?
threat is just up that hill.
I'm meeting up all of the voices in my head now. This is more than just deja vu, Belle. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
Let's assume. Sorry, I was about to read it in referencing. How does the meme go? Let's assume I'm telling the truth. And let's just say that all of this really did happen. And for the sake of the argument, well, why should I listen to you? Let's say hypothetically, why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
How confident? How self-confident?
We did our best with the information we were given. And we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Why would my actions ever have consequences? Why can't I just have fun?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Fucking around is more fun than fighting out. You're so right, Witty.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head
Great
before
answer.
you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
So, like, am I, with every iteration, am I gonna get, like, I have the narrator, the princess, the voice of the hero, and then, like, this time I have voice of the stabber, and last time I had the voice of the contrarian. Is that, like, quote marks character gonna, like, change between iterations? Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch. Exactly. The less you know about her, the better.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I'm special!
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Sorry.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
My jaw hurts. I'm trying to, like, stretch it out. Oh my god. It's kind of funny that, like, because I have more accurate mouth tracking now, you guys can see it you guys can see it when I'm stretching out my mouth, because I can just... That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there, so don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear? Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Proceed into the cabin. I'm walking.
The cabin
Oh.
is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls
mirror
press in
here
on
again.
you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
There isn't.
You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
So isn't that like the whole like mirror sequence? I keep on clicking the right click. The whole mirror sequence that led me to find like that amalgamation of princesses. Did that cause like me to like actually forget everything, which includes like the skip thing? Because I was also not able to like skip dialogue that I have seen before. Is that gonna happen again? If I do it again. I care about whether I'm being lied to.
As do I. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. The world is depending on you.
I do like that the fact that like the cabin changes and everything, it's all designed to keep this like more of like sort of, well, obviously you're not gaslighting the player, but you're kind of trying to gaslight the player character in the game that this hasn't actually happened, right? Like this isn't a time loop or anything like that. You haven't been here. It looks kind of similar, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same cabin, right? Like it's a nice touch. Explore, approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. It was there a second,
And now it's gone. So
Okay.
all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Okay, enter the
No
basement.
knife this time. Right then, fisticuffs it is.
Fisticuffs?
Probably more fair to her anyway. Wouldn't want to feel like we
Who the
cheated
hell
our way
says
to a win.
fisticuffs?
As long as you can still get the job done. And don't forget that the blade is waiting for you upstairs if you happen to change your mind.
Oh, I like a little sound effect for those doors opening.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Another challenger?
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Yo, is this a fighting game? Another challenger enters the ring!
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Actually, I'm here to slay. In general.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Oh, I would. God damn it. We know, he told me we know. No one told me that there are versions of her that look hot. Even though she only has 4 toes in total, that is kind of weird. I assume those are supposed to be hooves? Wait, if it's hooves, that means it's 2 toes, because a hoof is 1 singular toe, right? Thank you, Witty. In total. Anyway, if you just ignore that part, she's hot.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. But no little knife this time, huh? No, I hope you're not just here to chat. I've been itching for a rematch.
You look different.
Aside from your empty hands, you look exactly the same.
Alright, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. But that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay?
Oh, what a good crack.
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Remain silent.
I'm going to take that silence as a sign that from this moment on, you're going to treat the task before you with the utmost importance and seriousness.
Is there a route in this game where I get to fuck the princess instead of slay the princess? So you do remember me?
No, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again? Or are you scared I'm going to put you down for good this time?
Are you just going to let her talk to us like that? We're not scared. I think my position on violence in this situation is already more than clear, but you really shouldn't let yourself be goaded so easily. There's more at risk in this encounter than your fragile ego. I agree. If we're going to fight her, we need a weapon.
The blade's upstairs, I'll be right back. That's so fucking funny, actually. Yo, can you just wait here a moment? I forgot my knife, so it's kind of awkward to kill you right now, like my bare hands. I'm just gonna, like, run upstairs real quick, you know? I actually am just here to chat.
Haven't we talked enough? Do you really have anything else to say? Or are you just stalling because you're scared I'm going to kill you again?
Minor spelling mistake! It says I'm going to kill you again instead of going to kill you again! Minor spelling mistake! I'm actually here to free you.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Who says I want to be free?
You don't want to be free? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm fine right where I am.
Okay, hold on. Did you hear that? Maybe we don't have to do anything. If she's fine where she is, maybe...
As long as you go back upstairs, pick up that knife, and fight me to the death.
Literally unplayable.
Never mind.
What if... Because this game became, like, pretty damn popular after, like, I think Markiplier played it and things like that. Became pretty mainstream. Do you think, like, on this month's Comic Head, someone's gonna have a doujinshi that's called Fuck the Princess?
There is no happy ending where everyone makes it out of this place alive. You either deal with her here, right now, or she'll eventually find her way out. Whether she even wants to leave is hardly relevant. This cabin won't last forever. Hear that? Between him and her, that should be all the motivation you need. Now pick up the blade and fight her. No, pick up the blade and slay her. You're being a bit semantic, aren't you? I am, but it's an important distinction. If you're going to see this through, you need to hold the right intent. This isn't a sparring match. It is a lethal confrontation.
Later on
that will
there's going to be
decide
like
the
an
future
option in the
of
game
everything.
that is where I have to choose between slay the princess, kill the princess, murder the princess, manslaughter the princess? I don't think that really works.
Fine. As long as it leads to a fight, do whatever he just said.
Don't worry, I'm always up for a good fight. In fact, the only reason I came down here without a weapon is because having a knife felt unfair.
Then why are you just standing there? Fight me.
Fight me! I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I haven't decided what I'm doing yet.
You haven't decided? We talked more than enough last time. Do you really have anything else to say? Or are you just stalling because you're scared I'm going to kill you? If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Oh, she wants me to get closer to her. Oh, let's get closer.
You take a cautious step towards the princess.
Oh, she's so
Unarmed.
muscular in this version.
I wish I could believe you know what you're doing, but you clearly don't. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Hey, you can't say that to a lady.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Why do you want us to kill each other?
Why wouldn't I want that? Why don't you want that? It felt good last time. It felt right. And it makes sense.
Oh, there's a lot of talking. Okay. Can we just, I don't know, spar a little? Maybe there's a compromise where we can all get what we want. Nobody has to die and our world doesn't have to end.
Sparring? That's just play fighting. It isn't real.
It's real.
What's real is when my flesh splits open. What's real is when you keep getting up until your legs can't hold you. What's real are the things we do to each other when the only options left are winning and dying. That is the only thing I'm interested in.
If all you want to do is fight me, does that mean you want to end the world?
The world? If there's a world, I haven't seen it. There's you, and there's me, and there's the ground beneath our feet. Besides, I thought we went over this last time. I never wanted to end the world.
So you're just fine, locked away in here? You really don't want to be free?
Here you go again, talking about my freedom.
The princess glances down at her chains.
If you're talking about these, they're nothing.
Is she gonna just like break it because that's how strong she is?
She steps forward, her bindings creaking under the pressure of her strength. And then they snap.
Hell yeah!
It was only a matter of time, but she's loose. Dear Lord, what do we do? Oh, if only there was some sort of weapon you could use to fight a world-ending monstrosity. I wonder where you'll find one of those.
Just do exactly what I've been telling you to do since the second we got here. Take the blade, fight her, kill her, and win.
What? Did you think you were safe standing right outside my grasp? The only reason I haven't drawn blood is because I want to make sure that your heart is in it. I don't like fighting someone with a weak spirit. But go ahead. Keep trying my patience.
What happened after you died?
I woke up. Didn't you?
You don't have any wounds.
You don't either.
You're different.
I know. You already told me.
The basement is different.
I like it. It's so cramped. Like the only way out of here is through each other.
Doesn't any of this bother you? Don't you care about what you are?
Ugh, I care, okay? I guess I just care differently than you. When I saw you come back down here, I thought you would understand. I thought that we would want the same thing. But all you've done is ask me annoying little questions. It's like you don't even want to enjoy being alive.
Oh, I wish you could hear me right now. I want to enjoy being alive. I want to fight.
Or we could just walk single file out of here.
That's right, not everything has to be so violent.
That's pathetic. I would never do that, and I hate that you even suggested it.
Leave it at that. We have to figure out why we're here.
We don't, because I know why we're here. We're here to kill each other.
We're here to kill each other? It sounds like she doesn't care if she dies here. Maybe we can use that to our advantage.
How boring. I'm not interested in watching you try and outwit her. I'm interested in overpowering her. We shouldn't need to use any dirty little tricks to win.
You were put down here for a reason. I was sent to kill you for a reason. Don't you care what that reason is?
I don't need to care, because I already know what I am. I've already found my purpose.
The princess flashes a sinister grin.
You.
Does she mean her purpose is killing us?
No, she means fighting us. She means both of us getting stronger through sheer pain and will, the fear of death no longer able to hold us back.
What a monologue.
Just go and pick up the blade already. I'm sick of all this anticipation. We're ready.
I'm not going to fight you.
What are you trying to do? Do you think pacifism is going to win her over? Because it won't.
Right? This isn't fun, this isn't interesting, it's pathetic and cowardly and boring.
Is that so? Let's see if you still feel that way once I start beating you.
You stand your ground as the princess thunders across the basement floor, her shoulders tucked low as her fierce, unblinking gaze locks onto yours. You don't see the impact, and you can't say for sure if you even feel it, but you hear your bones splinter, and you can feel your feet leave the floor as you're hurled bodily into the unflinching stone wall.
We're fine.
Are we fine? Are we really?
Does it sound like we
No,
are?
you're obviously not fine. Your body is broken.
Enough games. Go upstairs, pick up that knife, and fight me.
Oh, so they weren't hooves. It was just like a weird perspective. They are like toes. I can't get up.
Stop moping, you're fine. Now get up.
What are you made of? Tissue paper? I didn't hit you that hard.
Let's try to get up.
You shakily push yourself to your feet. After the blow you took, it's a miracle you can move, let alone stand, but here you are. Maybe you can actually pull this off.
I wonder if this game, because there's so many options, right? I wonder if this game has like a route map. It does. There's so many. There's so many. Jesus. Okay, I just went to like Google like Slay the Princess route map. Cause it feels like there's so many ways for like the story to branch out. If I turn my back on you to get the blade, how do I know you won't just kill me?
Why are you even asking that? If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead.
Alright, what do we think?
She's telling the truth.
You shouldn't trust her, but it doesn't really matter if she's telling the truth, does it? You need a weapon to do this right. But keep your eyes on her. And don't take her at her word.
Run like hell.
You do your best to scramble up the stairs. The princess calls after you as you hobble away.
See you soon.
You make your way back up the stairs to the cabin above. The princess, surprisingly true to her word, lets you leave. The blade remains where you left it, on the wrought iron altar.
Great. Now pick it up and march back down there.
Is there gonna be an
Tired of
option
us
to leave the
constantly
cabin?
moving in circles instead of fighting her like we're supposed to.
You know we could just stay here. Who says we have to fight to the death?
Me, I say that.
Not wrong.
Staying up here doesn't solve anything. All it does is kick the can down the road. If you don't deal with her now, she will find a way out. Those doors are made of stone. She's strong, yeah, but is she smashed through stone strong?
Probably.
Wouldn't it be exciting if she was?
It kinda would be.
Here's another idea. What if we just leave?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely not. If you leave, she'll leave, and that'll be the end of
But I
everything
wanna
as we
leave.
know it.
We're leaving.
I'm tired of waiting. You thought you could just leave me down here, didn't you? But I can feel you trembling on the other side of this door. There's nowhere left for you to run.
The entire cabin shakes as the princess throws
I was expecting a
herself
jump
against the
scare, not
basement
gonna lie.
door.
I was expecting her to just like jump through it and like face into just full face of the screen.
We're fine, right? If we had a weapon, we'd be fine. Yes, you should probably pick up the blade, shouldn't you? I know I'd feel a lot safer with it. Before you can act, another impact shakes the cabin, a massive gash splitting its way up the stone doors.
Here she comes.
The doors explode outwards, shards of stone clattering against the walls
she's so
as
tall.
the princess emerges from the basement.
God, she's so sexy. Sorry.
After everything we've been through, I can't believe this is going to end with you cowering in a corner. You're pathetic.
We're doomed.
We're doomed.
In a fit of violence,
I
the
love
princess
voice of the
explodes
hero.
across the room and closes the gap between you. She is merciless. With every blow comes a bloom of fresh pain, igniting nerves you didn't know you even had, your skin bruising and splitting and bleeding as her fists rain down relentlessly. But thankfully, you won't have to bear this agony much longer. Your body has its limits, and she has found them.
I hate this.
With your body a shapeless pulp, her fingers wrap around what's left of your neck.
You disgust me.
You hear a snap, then everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, but like, why did she have to say that I disgust
You're
her
on
in
a
such a
path
sexy
in the
way?
woods, and
What
at
is
the end
happening?
of that path,
All right, change of plans. We're taking the blade this time, and we're not hiding upstairs.
Oh, he remembers?
Who cares about the blade? If
Oh,
we
we have
had a
voice of the
chance
broken.
against her, we already missed it, didn't we?
What is this?
She got stronger. And
Wait,
we
are those,
stayed
like,
the same.
supposed to be like veins? What the fuck am I looking at? Ew.
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough last time.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and again and again.
Maybe I will.
You're stuck here with us too. For all you know, we'll never get to leave this place until we get it right. Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly, you've already been here. Yeah, you think?
Why is voice of the hero so funny?
Actually, I don't think we have been here. This is all different, isn't it?
That's a good point. Everything here is a little off. Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted.
It seems like the reality is distorted. It's because the reality is distorted. No way!
So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to restart like this. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. so you'd better take things seriously.
It feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when time comes to make a choice.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
Let's keep it that way. I don't trust this one.
I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change.
If I don't slay her, if I just stay here or do anything else and we hit this point of no return, then what happens?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there.
It doesn't matter because we're going to win.
Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything.
What if
will
I
be
want to
absolutely
flirt
fine.
with oblivion? No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this through.
Good. We're
Ugh.
all on the same page.
Oh, these are kind of supposed to look like hands, right? It's kind of cool.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end
So
of the path.
disgusting as hell. Why?
That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a place that
Ew.
feels long forgotten.
Ugh.
There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible.
It doesn't matter.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's that mirror again, and this time it's blocking the door.
A mirror? There is no mirror.
We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely.
What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost it, that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Let's take the blade
You
first.
take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent.
We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement.
What is that?
As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives
the
here,
princess
slaying
also
her is
gonna
probably
be, like,
doing her a favor.
So fleshy.
Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
And so you've returned. Do you intend to cower and hide again? Or have you finally decided to try and kill me? I think you'll find it won't be so simple. I've changed. The way your body broke and bled against the walls of this temple, it woke something in me. That wasn't a fight.
kinda looks like
It was something worse. I'm something worse now. Why don't you come down and see what you've made of me?
But I don't want to see what we made. Can't we just give up? Blade, no blade, it's all the same. We can't beat her. Not anymore.
We can. You're just a quitter. I want to see.
Continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood.
Okay, that's really
a deep,
fucking
sickening
cool.
red
I love that
drips down in
design.
clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone. The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground. She pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
What can we even do against someone like her? She has such power, such beauty.
Stop that. We can win. We just have to lose our fear.
What happened to you?
Time happened. You happened. But none of that matters. We're together again and I'll have what you denied me.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
Oh. True to her word, you do not die by her hand, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end, for you. But it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
Screw that! This can't be the end, it just can't!
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection.
Hi DFX Hots, welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Who are you calling cute, me or her?
Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my
Really
nature,
like her voice.
and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
Thank you so much for the follow, SC Reap. Welcome to the galaxy. Hope you enjoy it here. How's your day going?
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I have ever met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, Yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. I will transcend in due time, and there is no way forward but to contribute to my awakening.
Destroy your body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I think I'm gonna cut the stream short today. I'm really tired. I've been running on a very limited amount of sleep, limited amount of food. I've been very, very busy. So I think we're gonna pause here. But I'll come back to the game. I promise. I'll see you guys again on Sunday for more Disco Elysium. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. Thanks for all the new people, all the follows, all the YouTube subs. I thought we would raid, there's this VTuber I accidentally found on YouTube, and they're very small, but they're genuinely, like, really fun to listen to, so I thought it would be nice to raid them. Let me just copy their username. Usual raid message, so if you're subbed to me, you can use the version with my emote. Why did it not go through? It's not sub raid, is it? No. Hello? Stream elements, please. Hey, I'll do it myself, my god. There we go. Hello? Yeah, if you're subbed to me, you can use the version with my emote. If you're not subbed to me, you can use just a standard Twitch heart. I hope you guys enjoy Kiji's stream. He's playing This War of Mine, which is a really, really good game. And he's a cool guy. I'll see you guys on Sunday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm gonna go to bed. Bye bye.